ecco, esatto lì. Koniec, tu neudosí. Hey guys, good evening. How are you doing today? So, I need to be really honest. I'm glad I'm starting now because on Friday I was riding in the evening. I was planning to do like 1 hour and 45 zone 2 ride. Um, and basically had to stop it after 30 minutes because I felt like crap. I was absolutely without any energy. I ate some oat bar, but it didn't really help. And um, I just decided to call it a day. Yesterday, on Saturday morning, I woke up and my Aura ring basically told me that my HRV is down like 30 milliseconds. And it's been steadily going down lately. And for those of you who are not familiar with HRV, that's an indicator that you actually want to go up, not down, because when it goes down, it suggests that you might be overtrained, you might be tired, but you also might be sick. And honestly, I felt really bad yesterday. And I was sure, I was getting sick. And so I wrote on the Discord that there is a really good chance I won't be starting today because I simply didn't like expect at all that I would get okay in time. But today morning I got up and I was fine. I don't know how these things works, how they work, but I'm thankful for that. Looks like my heart rate monitor stopped pairing to my core body temperature sensor for some reason, and I can't figure out why. So I will just connect the heart rate monitor because that is working. Yeah, exactly. That's the very definition of the hope for the best and you won't hope for the worst and you won't be disappointed. So, uh, but the funny thing is that basically, so yesterday I was not riding. I was resting, and basically after only this one day of rest was enough for me to get pretty strong case of DOMS, which is delayed onset muscle soreness. I basically my hamstrings are really sore now. Basically, my body started resting and I'm sore. But you know, I guess that's what happens when you ride several months in a row without a day off. Yes, you too. So what are we doing now? Today we are doing a triple loops course, which is the long route of the stage 4 of Tour de Zwift. For me, it is the last route that I'm missing for the ultimate challenge. But obviously, I will organize these sort of rides even after, but for me, that's the last one. If you want to join, you still can. The link is at the top of this stream chat. Maybe also turning my legs a little bit. Once again, my wife is going to join us because she actually thought it was fun last week, so she's good. She's going to join again. I actually need to bring the camera a little closer because otherwise she won't be able to put her iPad in. Should I tweak the position? That looks good. That looks good. Yeah, I'm not going to push some giant watts today just in case. I don't want to like risk there is something and I will overexert myself, so I'll do like the zone 2, which would be still plenty of help for the group on flats. The climb is probably not so much, but it is what it is. Still should be a fun ride. Oh, actually. Oh, my Garmin discharged. Oh well. I guess that doesn't matter now. I don't need it today. So yeah, this week has been crazy at work. We've had yearly closings. So it was pretty stressful. I work in finance, so this was basically preparing all the stuff for the board of directors. And then I was working on the videos during the evenings. Hey, Josh. It is not. It is not. I also got into proper testing of the Psych Plus Pro Smart Fan. I've been riding with it like for several weeks now, because I will need to soon release the review. But I've been for some time now testing the smart features, mainly the wind strength, the adjustment based on heart rate. And it's actually kind of neat, especially for someone like me who consistently forgets to turn on the fans. It's pretty dope. Yeah, Exert doesn't play nice sometimes. When I see that my Exert workout of the day calls for like 12 excesses for the high stress and 4 excesses of peak stress, I'm going into the workout like this is going to suck. Training with fixers actually hurts a lot. But I think that actually that is what makes it so effective, because you can cram a lot of good quality riding into fairly short time if you're keeping the training level high. And also, since the workouts on Xert hurt so much, you can train your mental side as well. I'll actually move the camera a little bit more because oh, it stopped working? Oh no, it's fine. This. I actually don't know many people that would try Xert and not be fan of that. Yep. Oh. Jest to. Let me quickly adjust the camera, guys. All right. It's actually funny about the smart fan. As I was adjusting the camera now, it actually increased my heart rate and the fan started blowing. So 3 minutes to go. Let's recap some of the things that you should know. If you are dropped for any reason, say it immediately in the chat. Someone will be able to go get you back. Oh, I'm still weirdly framed. So if you're dropped for any reason, say it in the chat. Someone will be able to go get you back. And someone will probably be me, because I won't be pushing otherwise. And just have fun. This shouldn't be that hard as it was last week. Actually, nowhere near as hard, because the first half is on flat terrain. Only the second one is somewhat climby. Hi, Jiren. How do you feel, mate? Also, if you want to ask anything, feel free to ask either on stream or in the in-game chat. If I notice, I will answer on stream. Probably won't be typing that much, but I will repeat the instruction here. If you are dropped. Go. Sub. Check. You. I will go get you. Hey, Nomad. Bit accident. Yeah, I feel good for some reason. I was fully expecting I would be sick today, but it was probably just fatigue from work, and I had some stomach issues yesterday. So that might have been it as well. But I won't be pushing super hard today, just in case. Yeah, that was exactly my case. My HRV yesterday was like 20 or 30 milliseconds lower than it usually is. Today it was fairly back to normal. So hopefully you won't be carrying that for long and will be able to ride again. But funny how it works, actually. It only took 1 day of not riding for the muscle soreness to appear in the legs. The yellow one is myself. It is so if I type anything, everyone can see it well. That is, if we need to like announce for the group to slow down or anything. And the red one is Nomad. He's basically sweeper. He'll be able to announce if someone is dropped. Yeah, exactly. Rest is important. Yeah, we didn't use it before. I actually didn't use the leader's beacon because I actually didn't want to make those rides about me. Because I wanted them to be about community, but I guess it's useful to have like way to announce something to everyone. And we've never used Sweeper before because I didn't know what that is, basically. Yeah, Steven got sick when he was in his supervillain phase, and when he returned, he upgraded to supervillain. Yeah, some of those features are still new for me. Someone is dropped. Was that planned? Okay, looks like they left. So we are continuing. Yeah, gone. What does Sweeper do in non-bandit right anyway? Guess that might be useful to know for coming forward. Oh yeah, like basically ride with the people who are drops and help them, right? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Gotcha. It is unfortunate that Steven couldn't make it today, but they're having his sister's baby shower. So actually, figure out what the problem with the heart rate monitor was during the last race. It wasn't discharged. I somehow managed to switch it to some different Bluetooth type connection that isn't actually compatible with Zwift. And it is working now since I switched it back, but for some reason it is not like talking to the core body temperature sensor. I can actually see the heart rate in the core app. but it doesn't transfer to Zwift for some reason. So, welcome to Trafalgar Square, everyone. Literally my favorite place in London. So I would like to talk a little bit about the FR World Tour that's starting on February 14th. As always, I would, if you've never done FR Tour, I would really encourage you to try, because racing 8 events in 9 days is experience that's going to teach you a lot about yourself. And this time there are going to be some pretty significant changes, but they are going to be for the better, I'm convinced. The most important one is in some time slots, there are no longer going to be two classes of riders racing together, which was my main gripe in RoadtoA, where basically the A category group and every category group is split into two classes of riders. And obviously the problem is you are competing with your own class only, but if there are riders in your own class that are strong enough to keep up with the higher class, you are basically done. There is nothing you can do about it. And such riders can obviously gain a lot of advantage on you. Oh, someone's dropped? Looks like they're not moving though. So let's see what happens. Dropping. Yeah, they are moving. So go, guys. I will wait for them and bring them back. Yeah. So this time during the World Tour, the good news is, in the most crowded events, in the most crowded events, there is going to be one pen per class. And that means that if the strong riders will want to gain advantage to you, they will need to push themselves. Okay. Oh, that was Curtis. All right. We never celebrate Valentine's Day. It's kind of lame holiday. We prefer to celebrate all other days in the year. Is waffles okay? Today I took Toby for a super long walk in snowy woods. So if he's not knocked out by evening, I don't know what to do. It's all good. We at least confirmed that our process works. Yeah, the bad news about World Tour is it's the craziest route I've ever seen. Yet. There are 8 climbing stages, and the last one is absolutely insane. So, do that at your own risk. But it's fun. Probably not so much when you are doing it, but after each of those races, it's fun. Type 2 fun, you know?
Right on.
But that's going to be in 2 weeks. Now there are the remaining 2 stages of Tour de Zwift. 2 more races there. The one next week shouldn't be as brutal as the one we just had, because the box hill is insane. But there is that short punchy climb to the bridge in RoadtoA, and that's going to hurt like crazy. Hopefully not for long though. Na rukavice příště. Bugs Hill is so fun. Oh, we've got another dropped guy, looks like. But they are going. They're good. All good, okay. Was actually insane the climb on the Bogs Hill on Thursday. Actually PR'd that climb by 1.5 minutes. What's that strat? It's like donate your lungs, be a little bit faster. This is cool. Yeah, that's a good strategy. That works. There is this strategy on the descent for the descents that I've seen in the pro races, where you go super hard for the couple of seconds to increase your speed, then coast, super attack, then go again super hard for a couple of seconds. Basically do those intervals of surges and coasting. Seems to be really working for the good guys. It's not like particularly big descent. It's the descent down the suspension bridge from the Epic KOM bypass. It's a descent. For sure. But probably not one on which you could gain some meaningful advantage or anything. It's going to be all about the survival on the trick there is going to be to survive the steep part the steep part of the hill until the bridge, but then it continuously climbs in like 2 to 3% until the suspension bridge. And the key is going to be able to suffer basically after you've done insane effort up the steep part. It's Steven's video, not mine. I just provided him with some footage, but it's all his. And I was actually using it as well, especially the tactics for the how to climb the box hill. Because until the box hill, that like there's not much you can do wrongly. Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Right on.
The race course that was on Tour de Zwift this week, London 8, is actually going to be on FR World Tour as well, but there's going to be 2 laps of it. Like, if it wasn't easy enough, hard enough. And that's going to be one of the easier stages, actually. Any thoughts about Team Jersey? Well, I would love to have Team Jersey, but it's not very easy, actually. The club needs to have over 500 people, which I think we will do sooner or later. But then basically Zwift needs to see proof that you are organizing regular team events, which we are doing now, and hopefully we will continue. But even then, it's on like case to case basis, because they need to dedicate like real-time graphics to create you the jersey in game. It would be super nice to have a team jersey, but I don't think we are there yet, unfortunately. So the best thing you can do to help us get there is to join the club if you haven't yet, ride those events. Yeah. That's, there's no shortcuts suggestion, unfortunately. When you start riding on a rocker plate, especially after some time on a rigid setup, you basically need to learn to allow some time for your body to learn the movements. And after a couple of weeks, you will get used to it. And your body will basically synchronize with the rocker plate when you are sprinting. So you will not fight it, but it will simply move underneath you with your strokes. But it takes a couple of weeks. Chceš na jednu stranu nebo na druhou? Tak se na to vyprdni, jestli to nemá třeba, aby si se odpálila nějak. Ty se to snažil udělat, viď? Vyjde. Taky Google. Guys, I will drop for a little bit, but I will rejoin you. You don't need to wait for me. Sorry, my wife had tilted the rocker plate to one side. A šipku nahoru. A je tam taková káva, když si s tím proswipuješ. Myslíš, že sedlo máš nakloněný do té, nebo? Jestli je to napěté, tak se na to vykašle, ale jak to fixnem. Zkusím předělat ty řídka, že budeš mít víc nahoru. A dovnitř, jako on to udělal mě. No, tak jistě, ale už teďka poví, tak se na to vykašli. Si něco neuděláš. No tak, nechám to na tobě. I would say about that, yeah. 95 minutes seems... I would expect probably 90. Projdu se to, já když se pro tebe dojedu. Jo? Okay. That's my wife who dropped. She has big pain in her wrists. For some reason. I don't know why, but we'll have to figure that out later. Hello. Ty máš totiž úplně dolů sedlo, že jo? Okay, I know why. She literally has like 15 degrees settle down for some reason. What the hell? Well, that at least I know where's the problem. I'm her. How is it called? Not DS mechanic. Like that's actually pretty weird. I've never seen this before. The saddle is like this. Basically. The screw must have gotten like loose and how could this happen? I will post you a picture later on Discord. Because that's yeah, halfway through. In terms of distance, at least. I actually have the saddle from the kicker bike here, so I'll probably give her that and we'll try if it feels better than this. The saddle on the kicker bike is actually pretty good, the stock saddle. I've been using my custom one obviously, but it's saddle swap. I would actually do that if it would make sense, but she was already like in pain and she was like telling me her wrist and her shoulders are hurting. I was like, wait, what? Why? And when she got off, and I told her to stop before she injures herself. And when she got like off the bike, I noticed the saddle. It was a pedal, I believe. It was Josh and handlebars. They are, but she has a saddle that she likes, at least riding outside. She never complained about the saddle. And she has a rocker blade as well. This climb is also very painful when you race it. Because since it is a climb, the group already has tendency to go hard from the start. But the steepest part by far is the finish, the second half of this climb. The segment starts right before the steepest part. Yeah, my PR on this climb is like 12 minutes, I think. And I was not enjoying my life doing that.
Right on.
Yeah. By the way, Bologna is on the world tour as well, 2 laps. Bologna time trial is proper FTP tests, basically. And what's it like? 2 laps is like 40 minutes? Probably not that much, but probably like, well, maybe 40 minutes. That's hard. Wow, my hamstring is sore. It's okay, sweetie. We'll fix that. The next one is going to be starting on April 25th. But that one is going to be 3 weeks long. It's going to be proper Grand Tour. I'm tempted to do that, but oh. Oh yeah, today it is not the best day in our household. Both our vacuum cleaners broke. Now the saddle thing. And the worst thing that happened, those two cannot even match. Guys, we ran out of ketchup. Damn. So if anyone has any tips about a good vacuum cleaner, handheld vacuum cleaner that can handle hair of Australian Shepherd, we are all ears. We're like super big fans of ketchup, but when you really want it and it's missing, it's like a proper disaster. Sharks, we were looking at shark actually. We were actually looking at. Do they have the laser thing that you see the garbage on the floor? Dyson does. We actually are about to buy one Dyson, the V15 Absolute. Someone's dropping. Is everything okay?
Right
Looks like so. Yeah, I think we are settled on Dyson, but the one we have now basically got destroyed by all the Toby's hair. And that was vacuum cleaner that was supposed to be for animal hair. Good cadence for out of the saddle. I would say 65 to 75. 60 if you have strong legs. Ciao, man. Oh. Just wondering why my tilting feature doesn't work. I got it locked. Yeah, are we doing sub 6 Box Hill? Hey, Terence, how are you? This is the worst part when you are racing here. It looks like it's already done. And then you go around the corner and it's like, bam. Is the gravel bike, Curtis, the Van Rysel? Yeah, you got a really good deal there. Van Rysel has incredible products for the price. I've got the road bike from there, the EDR CF. That thing was like, I don't know, 3,500 euros, something like that. Not even that. Maybe a little over 3,000. It's got crazy spec. It is amazing road bike, but probably not one most people should ride actually. Because the geometry of that bike is insanely aggressive. And since you've got integrated handlebars and cockpit, full cockpit, you cannot really do much about it. So if you are 20 and very flexible, it's a fantastic bike. Even my EDR is pretty aggressive actually. We actually needed to do, when I was on the bike fit, we needed to do a lot of adjustments on it to make my position less aggressive. We needed to put another seat post with no offset. We needed to put shorter stem. Someone dropped? Or it's planned? Okay, looks like they dropped. Yeah, the problem with aggressively fitted bikes is they are looking so good. Like those Van Rysels RCRs, they look so incredible. But they are not made for us. Unfortunately. Thankfully, more and more bike companies make good-looking endurance bikes. Basically, you've got endurance bike that has also integrated cockpit, good wheels, all that good stuff. They look incredible. They look almost as the racing bikes, but you are also very comfortable on them, which is incredible. Because historically speaking, endurance bikes are better for most people, but they do not look really good. And I think I have one of the better looking endurance bikes, And still, I would prefer if I had the integrated cockpit and hidden cables or all that stuff. But it's only now getting more and more widely available. Pinarello is doing incredible looking endurance bike, but that one is like $15,000. And not that I'm doing that anytime soon, but if I'm buying $15,000 bike, I'm getting a custom one, something like Festka, Scalatore, or something like that. I'm not getting Pinarello. Yeah, exactly. I would love to ride on Canyon Air Road. That looks insane. But I would brake on that thing. First upgrade on the 74. Very nice. Still working on the third upgrade on the Tron. It is pain to deal with, but if you put it into bike shop, it's not your problem to deal with it. Obviously, if you want to do your own maintenance, then integrated cockpits are pain in the bottom. But if you put it into shop, it's them problem, not you problem. They look really good. Like, obviously you need to buy the right one, because obviously if you buy a bike with integrated cockpit and then you realize you need shorter stem or something, that's kind of expensive problem to deal with. Exactly, yeah. And after my experience with Bike Fit and how much it improves my comfort on the bike, I would actually encourage everyone to go get Bike Fit before buying expensive bike. If you're buying like your first bike that is like, I don't know, $500, and you want that just for weekend riding, sure, you don't need Bike Fit whatsoever, right? But if you're riding a lot, you are riding whole winter on Zwift and probably have a Zwift ride or anything, and then you want to go buy a road bike for outside for summer, and you don't have one, get bike fitted before you do, because you will save a ton of money doing so. But obviously you need to be riding quite a bit before bike fit makes sense. Just you don't need to stop to upgrade the bike. If you remember to upgrade the bike after the ride, your extra kilometers won't get lost. But you need to remember it. So it's probably safer to stop. I'm riding more on Zwift as well. But to be fair, when it's nice weather outside, I'm commuting on my road bike. And when I go to work, I go the short route, obviously. But when I go back, I usually go some longer one, like 50, 60, 70 Ks. And first of all those commutes will increase your mileage substantially without even you realizing it. And also it is very nice way to decompress after work, to sit on the bike and go riding. Obviously not if you are living in New York City, right? But here in Prague, my work is located next to river, and there is a long cycle path along the river. And then there are climbs stuck to the cycle path, so I can train climbing there as well. Really nice way to decompress after work. And obviously, since it's around the river, everything smells nice. Like, so when it's nice outside from spring to autumn, I oftentimes do three rides a day, because in the morning I go to the office, in the afternoon I go back, and then I'm racing on Zwift. Yeah, Hanzo, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Absolutely cannot fault you for preferring practicality over looks, but, you know. All right. Bogs Hill. Six minutes, guys, okay? Good commuting, bikepacking, right? Well, I would say that's like clear-cut case for gravel bike, right? Unless you know that you are only going to ride on paved roads, like I am, then get a road bike, but... Yeah, I at least like to look pro if I do not ride pro. Actually, if I wanted to really look pro, I would need to lose another 10 kilos, but... I've done 6 minutes and 6 seconds with 5.4 watts per kilo. So I assume you need 5.5. Actually, it was 5.4 for 5 minutes. Sorry. Absolutely, long socks are essential. Aero socks, preferably. This climb historically wrecked me the most. Always. I will probably keep one of the trainers to have like contingency, like spare. But we'll try to sell the other. I actually won't be keeping the Van Rysel because for my use case, it's not that great. It's a fantastic trainer, but for someone who's more like free riding, training, that sort of stuff, it feels incredibly good. But the shifting is like, it takes such a long time to shift. And I assume that's actually intended, how it's supposed to work, because when you shift and it's gradual, you don't have that jolt in your legs. It feels great. You just cannot feel the effort proper. You just cannot gauge the effort properly when you are racing. The shifting on kicker bikes is insane. Just the physicality of it, clicking the real button. Like I said, this is the ultimate indoor cycling experience, this bike right here. But it's very hard to justify it if you are not constantly on Zwift. Because the price is insane. It's like totally not. The value for money is way better on Zwift Ride. I would be happy to sell you my Van Rysel, but I don't think it's very feasible to send it into Ireland. it'll be probably more expensive than getting it new. To use Magic Buckets, you do not need Garmin. You need either Garmin or Android device. For now, they are bringing it on iPhones as well. Someone dropped. Looks like they are back. Yeah, D500, that's the best value for money trainer Van Rysel has for most people. I don't know the timeline. I know they are working on it. But I don't have any information when that's going to release. But it's long overdue. Like, also, since it's on Android devices, if you happen to have Hammerhead by computer, you can download it on Hammerhead computer as well. If you have that one. And you can do Magic Buckets also on some Garmin watches. Not just the computers, but even watches, but only some models. Yeah. Karoo 2, Karoo 3, that sort of stuff. No, D100 is not made for racing. Absolutely not. But it's not supposed to be. It's like the entry-level, cheap entry-level trainer for people who are just starting. And it does a good job on that. I would have probably started off on D100 if it was available 2 years ago. Because I was looking for the cheapest trainer that was available. At the time it was Zwift Hub. For me the cost was the only criterion then. And I can imagine it is for many people. I only have Apple products as well, yeah. I'm there with you. So there is the last steep bit, and then it's just all descent. Oh, and then the ramp from the tube. Yeah, I firmly believe that products like D100 have their place in the product lineup. It is important that people have like cheap, and cheap is relative, right? But cheap alternative or cheap way to start riding. And of course, if they get like more advanced or better or start racing, then they get like sell it and get like high-end trainer. But many people will also get D100 and stay with it and be happy, because they will never reach the 600 watt ceiling, nor they will want to. They will simply ride, not race. For them, and for those kind of people, 5% accuracy or lack of thereof, it's not a big deal. Yeah, I've heard great things about Jet Black Victory. But also that's the reason why I love Zwift Ride so much. Because especially if you get it on discount, it's like you get one of the best indoor cycling experiences you can for not that much of money. It is a lot of money, of course, but like a few years ago, you would pay at least like, well, more than double for a setup that's like that good. Yeah, this is not a bad time actually. We are doing one sub 95 minutes, I think. Or about that, but the deal on V6 was insane. I still don't understand that one, to be honest. I was like half expecting them to announce like V7 and thought they were just clearing out, but obviously that didn't happen yet. I don't know if it will, but that didn't happen yet. So I don't know why they decided to put such an insane deal. There's a lot of people who got that one. Oh, you lost someone. I think it's fine now, yeah. I don't think we need to wait now. We are very short to the finish line. You know what's best about the tilting feature on the kicker bike? I have my bike fit set in a way that my saddle is very front. And if the bike is level, like it is now, take a look what happens when I go out of the saddle. I'm very close to kicking the handlebars with my knees. But when I'm climbing, which is where I'm usually going out of the saddle, the bike tilts out of the way. It's glorious.
Ride on.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining. Another great ride in the books. And I think there is no reason for the next week to not have one. And you've got only one long ride remaining from Tour de Zwift. So I think it is clear what route that is going to be. I would also want to do Mega Pretzel sooner or later, if there would be enough interest for that, because that's the batch I'm missing. So let me know in the Discord if there's interest in that. Also, once the racing season stops, we should do the PRL full to get the badge to those that do not have that. But we will need to wait after Zwift games, because none of us who are racing can afford to do PRL full during in between the races. Maybe you can start with PRL half and then go up from there. And that should be... Oh! Yeah. I got the entire level. I was like, why that didn't move? Because I got the level. So let's take a look at the backward cap, shall we? How does that look? Yay, it's the exact same as the one you get. You only have it backwards. Eh. It's not that great, to be honest. But I will probably take this Mirage cap. Actually like this. Do I have the Mirage shoes? Yet? No. I don't. Alright. Alright, guys. Thank you for being here. If you haven't joined the club, please join. If you haven't joined the Discord, please join. If you want any of the awesome hardware I'm partnered with, you've got links in the description for the discounts. Still 10% off Zwift Ride bundle, Kicker Core 1, 4% of Turborox, and some other ones. Thank you for being here. I will stream next week the race. I'm not sure if it's going to be tomorrow or sometimes later. Oh, how did I get up to that speed? I'm barely... Oh, whatever. That seems like cheating. So I will probably leave the event. Yeah, so I will let you know where will be the next stream. Thank you for being here one more time, and I'll see you next time. Ciao, guys.